Residents of Warren County, this is your County Executive, Jimmy Haley, speaking to you today about the pandemic crisis facing our community. These are very, very difficult times for all of us, as we know. With ever-changing conditions and reports, we must now face the fact this is the new normal. With the first confirmed case of COVID-19 in our county, it is confirmed we do have one. It is even more important that we act with certainty in every decision that we make. We must heed the advice of medical experts and not continue to live as usual. This is not easy with children, with elderly parents and neighbors, and working spouses, but it is critical that all of you use some common sense in all the choices that you make until this crisis is over. It is a matter of life and death for all of us. This is a serious situation. We all realize it. The president has said it. The governor has said it. Now local officials are saying it as well. Please heed the advice of those who know what the situation is. We want to support all of our local businesses as usual, but this is not usual anymore. We know the governor has issued the Executive Order 20 that gives some advice on closures of business and those that are identified as essential and non-essential. And those will be posted either on my website and at the chambers as well for those of you who have questions about those lists. We do have guidelines to follow, and we urge each and every one of you to do so. The governor is urging once again that you heed the advice once again of the medical experts. We've got to contain and mitigate this virus as quickly as possible. And as the governor said, it is safer at home. In the meantime, please practice all suggested strategies for staying healthy. Social distancing of 6 feet. Avoid all unnecessary social gatherings. Stay at home if at all possible. Self-quarantine if you have any symptoms at all. Avoid at-risk populations. Play it safe and limit non-essential shopping sprees, any non-essential trips, and of course, get-togethers and parties. And to quote one of my little Haleyisms, keep it clean. Take all of this advice seriously. Your health and safety is important to me and everyone in this county. We have to consider protecting all of our emergency personnel, our medical experts, our law enforcement agents. They are at the forefront of combating this crisis. Our teams continue to monitor all health conditions and adapt plans as needed. We're experiencing some shortage of some supplies, but awaiting delivery through our team of agencies. I've continued my state of emergency order for all of Warren County. My office is in daily contact with Washington and Nashville. There are conference calls every single day, multiple ones, giving us updates on information. My weekly visits to the radio station gives everyone updates and reports as they are provided to me. We will continue through the help of BLTV to stream these live news conferences to each and every resident in Warren County. We are doing everything, I assure you, to combat this disease. We await additional supplies and are ready to mobilize other resources that are necessary from all the federal and state agencies. This safer at home order by the governor will have an impact if we all follow his advice. I'm encouraging all businesses and all residents to follow these measures to protect yourself and your family and the rest of our community. Essential government services will continue, and my preparedness team will continue to work through all the challenges and continue to provide the health care necessary for the safety of those that are in need. Thank you for all your support and cooperation. This is what we have to do. This is what we have to admit. This is what we have to embrace. The safety and security of each one of you is critical to our survival as a community. This pandemic will pass. We will build this economy, and we will live together as a community once again. We are Warren County strong. Now we're going to hear from Mayor Ben Newman from the City of McMinnville and St. Thomas Ascension CEO Dale Humphrey and my EMS Director Preston Denny.
Thank you, Mayor Haley. Ben Newman, Mayor of McMinnville. Appreciate you all tuning in today for this. I'd like to thank Ben Lohman for helping organize this, and Mr. Dale Humphrey for being here, and Mr. Denny from Warren County EMS for being here as well. Yesterday, we saw the first case of COVID-19 confirmed in Warren County, and we held out for as long as we could, but it was just a matter of time, and now it's here. We also saw Governor Lee issue new executive orders, closing certain types of businesses and strongly urging citizens to stay at home unless you need to complete some type of essential activity. Governor Lee closed non-essential businesses and urged you to stay at your residence. Do not leave your residence unless you have to. Essential services that remain open should follow CDC precautions to protect employees and members of the public. Behave as if you have this virus. Stay away from people at least 6 feet. The City of McMinnville has moved to Tier 1 of its COVID-19 preparedness plan. That's to protect our employees and to protect members of the public. This means that non-essential employees will be working from home. People will be on call to complete their duties. We have a reduced staff. This will help keep employees safe and protect the public. Our water and wastewater staff need to be protected especially. Water is essential for good hygiene and protection at the hospital. We have to keep these people safe, and we'll try to do everything we can to continue to provide our high level of city services that we can. Our fire protection and police protection will not be disrupted, and people will still be protected by these departments with their respective duties. Billing for water is still able to be made online, over the phone, at certain banks in town, and a drop box at our water department on Bell Street. Our city parks are open, but the playgrounds are closed. We also ask that you do not congregate around the picnic tables, as those are not able to be cleaned off, and it's not good to be congregating in groups like that. So the city is taking this serious, and so should you. Some factories are still shut down. People are going without pay. Other businesses are shut down. People are going without pay, and it's a very stressful time. We have people without electricity from the events of Sunday. Caney Fork Electric Company is still working tirelessly to try to get electricity back up. People are stressed out. I think that's an understatement. This is a time to be kind to your neighbor. This is a time to help your neighbor when needed. Be overly patient with people. You don't know what they're going through. Tennessee is the volunteer state, and I think that as the volunteer state, we can each rise to the occasion and take care of everyone as we should do in this time. Next up is Dale Humphrey, the CEO of St. Thomas River Park Hospital. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Newman, Mayor Haley. Again, good morning, Warren County family. Again, I'm Dale Humphrey, the CEO of St. Thomas River Park Hospital, and I'd like to update you on plans that began when the first case of COVID-19 was confirmed in the state of Tennessee. St. Thomas Health, including St. Thomas River Park Hospital, began preparing surge plans in the event of a major outbreak of COVID-19 in each or in any of the communities that we serve as soon as the first positive case appeared. St. Thomas Health is working with Vanderbilt, HCA TriStar Hospitals, the Tennessee Department of Health, and local city and county government officials, as well as local health departments. We implemented a system-wide incident command center in Nashville, as well as a separate incident command center based at St. Thomas River Park Hospital for the Upper Cumberland Regional Hospitals. We have calls every morning, 7 days per week, to monitor the tracking of patients under investigation, patients confirmed with COVID-19, our current supply of personal protective equipment on hand, ventilator usage and availability, cleaning and disinfecting supplies, as well as potential employee or physician exposures. For surge planning purposes, our Ascension National Ministry has purchased massive quantities of personal protective equipment, cleaning supplies, as well as a large number of ventilators should the need arise. We're expecting to receive that later this month throughout the nation of Ascension hospitals. Locally, we have expanded our hospital's capacity to more than 4 times our current capacity, with the ability to expand even greater during a worst-case scenario situation. We still offer Ascension online services to patients so that you can communicate with a physician directly via your electronic device. And for $20, you can get a diagnosis or a prescription, and you can do all that for $20. That keeps you as well as the provider safe from potential exposure. We are training physicians and nurses and other clinical staff to operate at higher levels during a potential surge while ensuring that they are able to do so competently and safely. As we are starting to see Warren County and surrounding counties' numbers of positive COVID-19 patients slowly rise, which I mentioned was expected when I spoke to you last week, it is more important now than ever for individuals, families, churches, and businesses to adhere to strict social and physical distancing and to protect yourself from contamination, whether at the gas station, the grocery store, or any other venue where you risk exposure. To date, we have performed 43 COVID-19 tests through St. Thomas River Park Hospital, which have all come back negative. However, testing is not only done at the hospital, but also in some local physician offices and clinics, but it is still not available on a widespread basis for everyone who simply wants to take a test. Our best defense, especially if you are not experiencing serious or potentially harmful or life-threatening symptoms, is to remain safely separated from others to prevent potential exposure to others. To offer encouragement, it is important for us to realize that of the more than 23,000 patients tested in Tennessee for COVID-19, only 7.8% have tested positive, and only 148 of those have required hospitalization. Sadly, there have been 13 fatalities so far in Tennessee, which accounts for 0.7% of the COVID-19 positive patients. It should also be noted that the age group currently most impacted with positive cases are 21 to 30-year-olds, which is 25% of the total positive cases. Your healthcare teams and local officials are working tirelessly to keep you safe. Many of you are praying for us, and that is greatly appreciated. Know that we are praying for our community as well. We're praying that we will be there for you in your time of need, and that you will follow the directives from state and local authorities in order to minimize the impact that we have in our community. God bless you all. And now I'd like to introduce Preston Denny, Warren County EMS Director.
Warren County EMS is working closely with Mr. Haley, our medical director, Dr. Peterson, along with St. Thomas River Park, the Tennessee State EMS offices, and the state health departments. And also our Warren County 911 dispatch, and then the county volunteer fire departments, along with McMinnville CD Fire Department. We're taking every precaution necessary to ensure the safety of our patients and our EMS employees. On a daily basis, each employee is screened as they come into work, and then also our 911 dispatchers are screening each 911 call. In addition to this, we have received additional personal protective equipment. We've received some from TEMA, some from our normal vendors, and then also our local Lowe's has donated masks to us and the city. And we've also had a few nurseries that have donated some of the N95 masks to us. We're having daily and weekly conference calls with different organizations, and their safety procedures are changing on a daily basis. So what we're doing today, we may do a little different tomorrow. And we're taking advice, we're doing our conference calls each day, and we'll do what we need to do to address things as they arise in the future. We're seeing things and doing things today that we did not do a few days ago, and we will probably be doing things differently tomorrow. But together we will make it through this. We just have to work together and be smart about it. One of the primary issues with COVID-19 is respiratory issues. Warren County EMS currently has 3 transport ventilators. Those transport ventilators can be initiated in the field as long as we have a critical care paramedic on scene. And Warren County EMS currently has 19 critical care medics at this time. We have 36 full-time employees, and they are all dedicated to the well-being of Warren County citizens, as well as any visitors that are here in the county. And so we currently run 5 ambulances, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have a 6th truck that we use when we need to, and we will continue to do that throughout this, and we will work together closely with the other organizations to make sure we take care of everyone in the county. Thank you.
It's County Executive Jimmy Haley again. Just to reiterate some of the things that have been said today, it is safer at home. I know this weather situation we had over the weekend has added additional stress to people's lives, but I promise, as Mayor Newman said earlier, that Caney Fork Electric is working tirelessly to get your electricity back on again. So don't panic. Be patient. We will get your electricity back on again. And once again, be safe at home. County operations are still working on an essential schedule. Those services will be offered as needed. Please call those offices if you've got questions or you have information that you wish to share with any department. We are operating on a limited schedule by appointment only. So if you'll call that office ahead of time to make sure that an official or director is in there to meet your needs that would accommodate you, then please do so. Just call ahead. Our aim is to protect our employees, because without employees, we cannot offer these services. I will promise you that these feeding programs that we have in the community to aid each and every one of you, and particularly our school-age children, will continue as long as possible. But our volunteers, once again, we have to protect them as well as protect those programs that are already in place. Recovery money from Washington will be coming. We don't know all the rules. We don't know all the conditions of the applications, but the Chamber and myself and Joint Economic Development members will be live streaming next week some information out to the public to assist small businesses and those that wish to make unemployment claims, to try to walk you through this process and share any information that we've received through some of these teleconferences that we've been on for the last couple of days. I will tell you that the health department is working diligently. Director Andrea Fox said to be patient, to call ahead. The WICS program will still continue. We now have 5 National Guard members out there assisting in testing. We have an auxiliary medical care site already chosen and ready to be in place in case the Army Corps of Engineers needs to set up a field hospital here. This is teamwork. We're all working together. All the mayors, all the health officials, my preparedness team is ready to act. We are acting each and every day. We have the information from the experts. We have the updates from elected officials from Washington down to Nashville and to the regional level. So with your cooperation and with your support, we once again will keep our community safe, and Warren County will continue to be strong. Thank you. And next week, we'll be sharing more information with you on a similar live stream.